Hi, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, I am sorry that it has taken forever for me to get back to these videos. I have been home with my boy who's been sick for about 1.5 weeks now. But today he's back at daycare and we're all good. So thank you so much for the beautiful comments in the comment section in the community section. Let's move forward with it. Aquarius, what's going on for you? Anything and everything goes. Starting with an overall energy, and then we're just going to go deeper and deeper into the message. I've set the time frame to somewhere mid-June until mid-July. Aquarius, overall energy. If you resonate with the reading, then I'm going to have an extension at the end of it that you can check out. Ooh. Well, you're getting out of some sort of situation for sure. Battle of the Blues. Rest your case. You put your sword down. You don't want to communicate anymore. I also see like in the far distance, there's a person and a horse. So if there's a relationship here that you rather don't want to remember, or that you rather don't want to forget. It's interesting because I got the word forget before I said remember. The logical thing would say that you don't want to remember this. But maybe there's a double-edged sword. The sword, you put down the sword, but it's a double-edged sword. It's like you don't know if you want to remember it or you don't know if you want to forget it. There's some... okay? The very same, I love like... The colors here is like the same color scheme. It's very like dark blue, same color scheme here. It's like you're coming out of the situation. You're moving forward and you're coming out of this situation. So whatever this has been, this is more towards the past, I feel. This is not just now, it's more towards the past because we are moving forward. You're coming out of this. So the staleness, the cold, the winter, the stagnation of this situation, you're moving out of it with the polar bear. We're going to see what this is about. I'm going to go deeper and deeper into the message. So Aquarius, why is this here for you? Why is this here for Aquarius, please? The moon, Four of Ariel, and the Queen of Michael. Queen of Michael came out first. So this is very much about like what you it's like this is very much a past tense. You come out of the situation already and now you're back on your throne. The Queen for me is always about maturity. You have evolved, you know what to do, you know who you are. Michael is very much about action orientation, moving forward. Let's get it done. On the bottom it says, you know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience. The benefit of experience seems very important here. A time for your career rather than relationships. So to me right now, this is more talking about you're on the, not rebound, rebound and then towards yourself. Like if there's anybody that you want to be in a relationship with right now, it rather seems like with yourself than with somebody else. If this is not a love relationship, like if this is not I'm talking about relationship, but this can be like a relationship in terms of work. It can be a friend relationship. It can even be with your parents, with your children. Like it doesn't have to be just love, but there's a relationship that you don't want to remember or you don't want to forget. There's mixed emotions here, but you've done tremendous work. You're back on your throne. You're back on your horse. It's interesting because it told Sagittarius, I think, to get back on the horse and Capricorn to be back on their throne. And now you seem to be both. So I don't know if you have a connection there with both Sagittarius and Capricorn somehow, some way. Maybe check out those videos if you want to. It was also a lot about like coming back. And maybe a lot of people are just coming back right now from whatever hardship that we've been through as a collective. But this is very much like claiming your own power again and going through this transformation and coming out on the other side. And you've done it beautifully. You're already out on the other side. I see a gazillion butterflies behind her head here, blue butterflies, which talks about transformations. There's huge transformation on your part. Then we have the moon and 4 of Ariel. So the moon to me is like there's something that has been, if we can clarify this, if we go even deeper. There's something that can happen. There's something that could have been laying like underneath that has come to the surface that has allowed for you to break off this relationship. Something has come to a realization, whether this is a secret that has come to the light or whether this is just a realization on your part, like going, what am I doing? I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. In this work-related situation with this lover, with this narcissist of a parent, whatever this is for you, narcissist of a friend, I don't know why I'm using the word narcissist, but anyway, it's like you are coming out of the situation due to something coming up to the surface. Like I said, whether it's something you just found out and you don't want to stay there anymore, or it's sort of some sort of light bulb moment going off for you saying, okay, this is it, I'm moving on. Underneath this is the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. And then we have 4 of Ariel, which is basically building a completely new foundation. So we have like the old, you're coming out of the old, you're leaving a relationship behind. You're conflicted about whether you want to remember it at all or whether you want to forget it at all. And you've done your fair share of growth. Like you come back into the throne, you matured, you evolved, and you know exactly what to do. From experience, you know how to move forward now. And you're building a completely new foundation for yourself. It's like you're starting from scratch. And I feel like more, if this is a love situation, you are rather like staying by yourself right now. I don't feel like you have the urge to get back into a relationship. You're not interested in that whatsoever. If this is a job related situation, I feel like you want to take your time. You want to sort of sit this one out for a bit. Like, okay, I'm gonna stay home and think about this for a bit before you sort of jump on and into the next project. If there's any type, maybe you just need to go out and apply for a job or whatever to just sort of keep yourself floating, keep yourself like having some sort of income. Whatever the situation is for you, it feels like you're doing something, you're just doing something meanwhile you figure out your next move. Wow, what does the angels have to say about this? That we should have a little coffee break. Okay, what does the angels have to say about the situation, please? It's like you learned so much in the process. Like, if I were to compare it to some sort of business, like have your business be completely run to the ground, like trying to do everything that you possibly can to have the business survive, but it just doesn't survive. And all the fears and all this crap that comes in with maybe shame, maybe guilt, maybe the feeling of disappointment, or that you like, oh, you couldn't make it survive, like to feel the failure of things. I feel like in at least in my experience, the fear of the failing, or the fear of like hitting rock bottom, we think like being exactly out of zero, being out of zero money. How can you be out of zero money? But being out of money, being out of a job, being out of like having your business be run down to the ground. So maybe somebody's recognizing that. It doesn't have to be just that. That's what I'm being given, is that the fear of it being run down to the ground, like, okay, how am I going to survive? Like the fear of surviving, where's the money going to come from? The fear of it looking bad. What's the next move after running something to the ground? Am I ever going to build something back up again? you know, all those fears that comes in. Once you hit that rock bottom, once you sort of realize that, okay, now when the business is gone, you know, the sun comes up the next morning and you actually have pretty much the same routine. And, you know, it sucks at the beginning, but then you figure out that you've been back on their throne already. So you sort of figure out that, yeah, so that wasn't the end of the world. You move on and you learn from it. You learn from your mistakes. And I'm going to show you this in a minute. And there's something about you, there's so much growth that has come out of this situation. If this is a love relationship and you have like been through hell and back in the love relationship, you still get so much experience from having been through that you take that with you and going into the next relationship, whether it be another love relationship or another friendship or another whatever. It's like you just have so much experience now. I don't feel like you necessarily have shut down or like you have become bitter or cynical or anything like that. It just feels like you gained so much experience about how to move forward now. You know, Queen of Michael says, you know exactly what to do. You gain so much knowledge through this situation. And you figure out that, you know, hitting rock bottom only means the only way is up. This too shall pass, and we shall move on, and we shall learn, and we rise again, you know? And then in comes, take action. It's like you're already back. Like I said, for Sagittarius, I said you're back on the horse, and you are too. You're back on the horse. You're sitting on the horse, and there's a connection there with like a rainbow connection. I got that one worked in there as well. A rainbow connection, like Kermit the Frog. The Kermit sang. I had no idea. Kermit came to me a couple of readings back for some sign, and several people came back to say, yeah, you know what, I'm thinking about the rainbow connection. I never heard this song before. I'm from Sweden, and I never heard this song before, but I looked it up, and it's so freaking beautiful. And now every time now I say a rainbow connection, that there's a rainbow connection or the rainbow alignment here, I think of this song, and it makes so much sense. So there's something about connecting with higher power, connecting with your inner being right now. There's this, it's actually a little mini rainbow situation there as well. I didn't see that in the camera. You know, it looks like light. Well, maybe. Yeah, it looks a little golden, I'd say, in camera. And it's actually a unicorn. So if you listened to me before, you know that unicorns and peacocks are my indicator that a soulmate connection could be around. I feel today, though, that there's, like I said, I don't know if you necessarily are that interested in finding a partner right now, or that relationships is really what you're interested in right now. This is the connection between you and your deepest desires, you and your inner being. And it's like, it's time to take action. It's time to move forward. You come out from a situation with so much experience. You've grown, you evolved within yourself, and you also, with all this experience, has done the groundwork now. It's like you're laying a completely new foundation. It's a heartfelt foundation. You're coming from the right place. You're doing something that is just, for you. It's like you build yourself up first. You build your immediate surroundings up first, and then it's like, and then I'm gonna see what I want to do. But it says take action. It's not a time to think any further or to just sit in it. It feels like you've already done all of that work, and now it's time for action. It's time to move forward. The aligning of it, the energies are right on time, right on target. Wow. Aquarius. What else for Aquarius in this situation? Going deeper into the message. We have, yeah, you're out of the situation. Home free, I want to say. Home free, you're out of the situation. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing things clearly. You are seeing things clearly, though. There might be even more adjustments that you can do, but you are free. Like, you open the gates Michael is with you right there. There's a rope and there's shackles laying right next to you. And if you felt like you were in bondage before, if this corporation, if this business, if this company, and I mean, what the analogy that I got before, it seemed like it was your own business. And even though it's your own business, it might feel like bondage to leave it. It might feel like you want to, like when do you really know when to let go of something? Like, how long do you try to, we hear this story about like startup businesses, at least in Sweden, startup businesses, within the first year, 80% fail. 80% doesn't make it through 1 year, And then we say like it takes about 3 years to have a proper build up to then be even able to say whether it was a success or not, because that's the amount of time it takes to sort of build something up. That is just statistics. That was tough. I mean, you can build something up in 6 months if you have complete faith in it, and you understand how the work with the universe works, or it can take 10 years because you're just a slow. You just don't like to work, maybe. What I'm trying to get to here is that, okay, so you've been at it for 2 years, so you've been at it for 4 years, and it's like, and it doesn't take off. When is it time to let it go? And then your own love, your own business, your own baby, not a baby, but like your own company baby. You built this. When is it time to let it go? Because you understand that, it's not going to work. Whatever you're doing right now, maybe it's a beautiful passion, a beautiful something you want to do, but it just doesn't work. When do you let it go? And then you just figure out you run it to the ground, and then, So even I just want to make sure that you get that it doesn't have to be a corporation and you felt bound to be, like you felt incarcerated. You felt like you were in prison. It could have even been your own thing. It could have been a love relationship that you felt really stuck in, and it's like, no more. You're free. You're home free. You come out of the gates like it's like the whole world is your oyster. Is that the saying? Why do we say that? Why do you say that? I don't say that. The whole world is your oyster. Is that you break it up and then there's like a little slimy thing in there? I don't know why. Why do we say that? I have no idea. Is it obvious? Am I just really dumb right now? The world's okay. The whole world is your stage. The world's your stage right now. It's like you're looking into freedom. You're opening the gates and you're looking upwards. It's like, oh my God, it's so much to look forward to. We have number 8, and if you listen to if you have a connection with Scorpio, I'm actually getting out of that reading. I'm taking things away from myself from that reading. So if you want to check it out, please do. About letting go what doesn't serve you, but also let go of certain things that does serve you, and let go of what certain things mean. So to me, long story short now, numerology has been very rigid. I've been very like, okay, so this number means this and this number means that. And I'm just trying now to sort of have each number be an evolution and not be so stuck in this is what it means. So now I'm adding, if you hear me talk almost loudly to myself here, I am crazy. So now I'm just not saying just 8. 8 is about infinity. 8 is about endless possibilities. Yes. But what else does 8 want to bring? Does 8 want to bring something more? Expansion. It's like a C in 8. And it's almost like, yeah, it's a good analogy. If you ever painted like with paint color, like water paint on a piece of paper, and you have a little bit too much water in the paint, so then you draw an 8, and then when you draw the 8, it sort of expands because there's so much water in the paint, if that makes sense. That's exactly how it looks like. I see this 8 that expands like watercolor, and there's a lot of expansion here. So with the endless possibilities, like there's there's an expansion taking place. So you starting over now, if you run a business to the ground, if you run a relationship to the ground, if a corporation threw you out, or a relationship threw you out, or a situation didn't work out for you, it's like you're starting up actually a new business, or you're getting into a new relationship. I don't feel like it was a love relationship there though that you were that interested in right now, but whatever this is for you, the situation that you're dealing with right now is like, okay, now I'm gonna do this. It's like, what is that expression in English? Gör om och gör rätt. Gör om och gör rätt. Start over and make it right. Like it's a do-over. It's a second chance. Like you go back, you come at it again, but you're doing it right this time. You have all the experience from the failed stuff. You have all the emotional baggages out of the way. Like you're coming at it from a different angle. Expansion. And you're being asked to take a leap of faith right now. You have what it takes. The transformation has been there. You have the ducks in a row. You have the dog there to me talks about trustworthiness, loyalty, friendship, unconditional love. Like you're on solid ground. You're on solid ground. And ferns, aren't those called ferns? Between two ferns. And just think about Zach Galifianakis. Is that his name? I think it's really funny. Zach Galifianakis. He's a funny dude. Between two ferns. Isn't that called a fern? There's something with the ferns there. And ormbunke in Swedish. I might get the name completely wrong. The funny thing is though, I have actually a book here on plants and fruits and vegetables with meaning. So I'm actually going to see if ormbunke, which is the Swedish name for fern, I think, what it has to tell you. Ormbunke. AQUARIUS. No, way too far. Obviously the EF. G, H, I, K, L, M, N, N, O. Orm. Yes, we have ormbunke. So I'm going to read it out in Swedish and then I'm going to translate it into English because it's easier for me. Du kan skapa dina egna möjligheter. Oh my God. You can create your own possibilities, opportunities. You can create your own opportunities. Visdom. Med min kraft skapar jag mig ett bra liv. Jag skapar de möjligheter jag behöver. Wisdom. With my power, with my knowledge, I create a good life. I create those opportunities that I need. I mean the fern. Between two ferns. Skapa medvetet de möjligheter du söker. Ändra på tankar och känslor som hindrar dig genom att kalla tillbaka kraften från dem. Create consciously. Create with awareness the possibilities that you're seeking. The opportunities that you're seeking. Change the thoughts and the feelings that hinders you by calling back the power from them. Does that make sense? Take back the power from the thoughts and the feelings that hinders you from creating what it is that you want to do. Take back the power from them. Välj därefter en ny positiv tanke, känsla istället. And thereafter choose a new positive thought or feeling instead. Skapa fokus genom att upprepa visdomen ovan. And then create the focus through repeating the wisdom that was just told. So you can create your own opportunities. The wisdom says, with my power, with my knowledge, I create a good life. I create the possibilities or the opportunities that I need. Create consciously the possibilities that you're looking for. And change the thoughts and the feelings that is in your way and call back the power from them. Thereafter, choose a new positive thought or feeling instead, and create the focus you need by repeating this wisdom. Fern! Who thought that the fern... Talk about creating your own opportunity, your own possibilities. Zach Galifianakis. I wonder if he knows that. So that is mind-blowing. You're on the path to create your own success. And we already had that there. You're creating your own like foundation. You're putting down the new foundation. And you're doing it yourself between two ferns. Guys, I'm going to move into the extension. So if you feel like you resonate with this reading, you're so welcome to come there. We're going to go deeper into the message and see what we can find there for you. If you're interested, the link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, Aquarius. I hope to see you back soon. Bye, guys.